Welcome to today's episode. Today we have a super exciting guest on today, Maria Sentic, CPA, Controller, Fractional CFO, and CEO and partner of Tavola Group. So thanks so much, Maria, for hopping on today.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for having me, Megan.
Of course, Maria. Super excited to have you on. So anyone who's just tuning in for the first time, once again, we're Stravix, a firm that helps financial and professional firms scale revenue and operate more efficiently through AI and smarter systems. So if you want to learn how to take your business to the next level, make sure to stick around. If you're interested in our free growth consultation, just drop the word growth in the comments or DMs down below. So Maria, once again, super excited to have you on today. I kind of just want to hop in with, your background and kind of how you got to where you are today.
Sure. Yeah. So my background blends corporate finance with entrepreneurship and operational leadership. So I actually started my career in commercial real estate finance. It was a very corporate environment, but it really gave me a strong foundation in financial analysis and how business decisions get made. But I also realized that I'd rather work more closely with the people actually building businesses and not just the institutions kind of working alongside them or financing them. So I pivoted my career early on. I went back to school. I got my CPA, so I became licensed. And at that point, I was kind of thinking, what do I want to do next? Thought about going into the traditional public accounting space, but I ended up actually co-founding a outsourced accounting company. So that was my first role, my first profession in the accounting industry. And so I got what I was looking for, right? So I was able to work right away, hands-on with founders, business owners, their managers, helping them to understand their numbers, streamline their operations, utilize, implement technologies, particularly in their back office operations. And then ultimately, the goal was to produce useful reporting, financial reporting, so that they could, make the best business decisions. So that experience really led me, to change maybe or adjust how I think about advisory work, and ultimately led where I am today. So today I'm the COO and a partner at Tavola Group. And my partner and I, when we started Tavola Group, we were thinking, we had a vision of creating a different, like a more modern kind of accounting firm rather than a traditional CPA firm. So we were looking for creating a advisory solution, a platform where we could bring obviously like the tax and accounting, but also tax planning, legal services, marketing, HR, and just one company where a business owner or founder could find a variety of services that they really need to optimize their businesses and put together, a team of experts that could be their trusted advisors, sort of under one roof to kind of simplify all those complexities. So in my role as COO, I focus on designing that operation and the systems that me and my team are using to deliver those services. I design, let's say, how the clients are working with the different departments in our company, as well as how our team is cross-collaborating. And then also just ensuring that we deliver a high-touch experience for our clients, an optimal experience. They're obviously very busy. They're entrepreneurs. They're founders. A lot of times they're running multiple companies. And so being able to kind of give them one place where they can speak with a group of advisors that they can trust in, that are, by the way, we're speaking to each other, so they don't have to go from, this company to that company to this advisor, but it's sort of under one roof. And so that's sort of really what we've developed and designed. And we've been doing it for, this is our 5th year having Tavola Group. And I'm really excited about, what we're doing right now and what there is to come too.
Yeah, thank you so much for walking us through that. That's a really interesting journey. And it's, amazing to hear, how you got to where you are and now where you are today. So super interesting. Kind of piggybacking off that a little bit, hopping to the future with Tavola Group, do you guys have anything upcoming, kind of any projects or anything you're excited about that you could share?
Yeah, so I mentioned some new services. So recently, just last month, actually, we acquired a smaller marketing agency, a branding agency. So we launched Tabula Creative. So now we're able to, provide those services to our clients as well as grow in that way. But what we have upcoming that I'm very excited about, we've kind of soft launched it, but really excited to grow that line of work more, is Tabula International. So with Tabula International, we are working specifically with overseas entrepreneurs and business owners to help them launch or grow their businesses in the U.S. So in addition to all of these services that I already talked about, right, that every company needs, they also have additional complexities, but also there's a level of just explaining how things work in the U.S. that maybe, people that are in the US already, we don't need to explain to them things that like how our payroll system works here, right? So also being able to contrast that with how it works in their country so that they can really understand. So the advisory level there is a little bit different, although ultimately many of the services are similar or same.
That's exciting to hear.
Yeah.
So now kind of talking about business growth or on the business side a little bit, I kind of want to know what's one common mistake that you see entrepreneurs make usually that like quietly costs them a lot of money?
Trying to do things on their own without asking an expert. And listen, I'm not saying you have to always pay to have that service provided, but many companies provide, free consultations or initial consultations. And I would say at least reach out and ask the question. I mean, I see that happen a lot. They think like, oh, this isn't so hard. And I'm not saying every step of the way is so hard, but is there something better you could be doing with your time? And now, like to give specific examples, I had recently a client start their own, they're launching a new company, which again, not unusual when you've got, serial entrepreneurship is very real. And so they think, oh, I've seen this done so many times, and then they just went and incorporated on their own, got their own EIN. And again, these are like kind of small scale things, but ultimately did not do it correctly, and then it cost 3 times as much for us to go back and wind that back. Not to mention that if we hadn't gotten involved early, it would have cost them tax ramifications as well. So the cost is real other than just spending your time doing it where you could be doing something else with your time and growing revenue, whatever it is. And so that's something that I think entrepreneurs should really consider.
100%, 100%. So Maria, I kind of want to discuss, the AI topic. It's such like a buzzword right now, especially in the whole era that we're in. I kind of just want to know, first of all, where are you at just in your head, in your company specifically? And do you have it implemented or looking for that? And then also industry wide.
Yeah. So, in the accounting and tax space, every software that we're using is integrating AI into it. Even when when it's not even useful, right? They're just like, oh, we got this AI tool. And I'm like, that's awesome. And I use it. And I'm like, that's, I know it's using AI, but, from a functional perspective, it's not. But whatever, it's the first wave. But yes, they're all using it. Something that my team recently started using is a tax AI tool that it basically is plugged into the IRS code. And so it just allows us to more quickly and easily find the direct references to IRS code that we need for, again, like highly specific tax situations. So it'll pull it for us and give its own analysis, right? So I can say, this is my situation. What IRS code speaks to this? And then, of course, with anything AI, we double check it and we find that is accurate. So my team's been happy with that product. A lot of the email software is producing draft email replies. So really I'm seeing AI implemented across the board. It's making us more efficient, but like, what is it changing in my industry? It's what I spoke about earlier. It's saying like, hey, we can't be doing the data entry part of accounting. Like my team, we're using tools. The bookkeeping is, it's getting simplified. You still have to have like a human doing it, but it's just becoming more efficient. So what happens when you become more efficient? Focus on the advisory component. that means that my team can spend more time making an analysis and helping our clients drive better business decisions and better business outcomes. Another thing that we're seeing is our clients are coming to us and asking us for those technology solutions. So that's really exciting for me. I mentioned, I select the tech tools that we're using in our business, but at the same time, I'm, finding outside of specific to accounting and tax, and then I'm able to recommend those solutions to my clients as well,
Yeah.
share the love.
Yeah. Sharing, I mean, everyone is on this train now, like AI is here to stay. So I'm glad that, everyone's recognizing it in the accounting world, especially. So I also like to ask this question too, and it's kind of just a fun one. But if you had, a magic wand that could just fix something that's holding you back in your business from reaching your goals, what would that one thing be?
Well, I probably couldn't say like one thing like it's so big, but definitely one thing that a lot of apps and text tools are trying to make simpler for my line of work is gathering information, right? So in order for me to do my best work, I need information from a lot of different sources. And some of them are easier to pull, some of them are, very difficult. And so ultimately, it's that timeliness of getting, I don't know, statements, like nothing really like exciting, but like I need that statement to see where the client's at so that I can produce the financial report so that we can get to the, data to drive accurate decision making. And sometimes it's actually stuff that the client has, maybe a physical copy of. So that's where some of those tools are just making it easier to, I don't know, snap a picture and just making it like facilitating getting the information to the right place. So maybe that's not like the biggest thing, but it's definitely a challenge that everyone in my profession sees across the board. And I'm seeing a lot of like tools trying to help solve for that problem. The bottleneck.
Bottlenecks. Yeah. That all makes perfect sense. So kind of wrapping up a little bit here today, if we have anyone in the audience that wants to break into the industry or is just like, you mentioned serial entrepreneur in this podcast, like, do you have any advice for them or any send-offs you'd say?
I mean, I hate to repeat it again, but get a good team of advisors around you. Again, they'll get free consultation. One thing we didn't talk about is most of our clients, we do fixed fee packages. So we try to let them know, hey, don't be afraid to give us a call. I would much rather you gave me that call and we helped you in advance rather than try to go something on your own because you're afraid I'm going to give you an hourly bill that you're not expecting. And so I would say just get a good team around you because in the end, it will save you money. It will save you time. And usually I find business owners and founders, they are very good in that technical operational aspect of their business. And they should really surround themselves with some smart people to help them make those big picture decisions and make them accurately.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Maria, thank you so much for hopping on today. It was such a pleasure talking to you.
Likewise, thank you so much, Megan.